Okay, we're going over to McNeese. This will be our first competition of the season for the indoor season. We're taking primarily the distance runners based on the nature of the facility there. It's a pretty good track for getting some decent distance times in. It's not so great for the sprints. Next week we're going to Tech, and that'll be a much better place for the sprinters. But it's just kind of an icebreaker. We're just getting back, knocking some of the rust off. It's a low-key meet, relatively speaking, I think. What we're basically looking at is for people to accomplish getting some qualifying times in the indoor conference meet, and that's about it.
All right, Coach, talk about the general indoor season as a whole, what you're looking for this season, where you mentioned...
Yeah, well, when you're talking about the indoor season, we're looking at basically two different objectives. If you are a sprinter hurdler and have not competed all fall, this is important. It's relatively short. We've got 4 events that we're taking the whole team to, and we're taking some limited individuals to 2 or 3 other events a little bit further away. For those kids we think have a chance to qualify for nationals. For most of the rest, though, it's important to get your feet down, get going, and really get used to competing again, because we've got a large number of freshmen. This will be their first competition since high school, and we're getting them ready for it. And for the distance kids that have already competed in cross country this year, the indoor season is an event we basically train through. It's something that we're going to do the best we can, but we're not going to train specifically or try to peak specifically for the indoor season. The outdoor season is where the bread and butter is. And as I tell the kids when we go to like this first meet January 14th, it's like, hey, relax, it's just January. When it really counts is going to be May. And that essentially is true for the sprinters and hurdlers and jumpers as well. But it's kind of a little more important for them that they get a taste of competition. We get used to competing, so that by the time we get to the conference meet and the regionals and nationals for outdoors, we're really ready for it. Indoor track is a season that's kind of a hybrid here. There are very few indoor tracks in the state of Texas. Very few schools have them because the weather's so nice. And the majority of the time we can easily go outside and compete and train hard. So that's why we kind of look a little bit past the indoor season toward the outdoor season, which we're able to start much earlier than a lot of the schools up north or out east.
Speak about the off-season preparation and how you feel that went for your team.
Well, yeah, basically we had 3 or 4 weeks. The nature of the beast, they got Christmas break. They have their training plans. We try to keep it as simple as possible for them, so they just basically go out and work out every day. And for the distance runners, they go out and run. For the sprinters, you're lifting some weights, doing some plyos or some other training of that nature. Most of them look like they did what we've looked like. We started back January 3rd. It looked like most of them did what we asked them to, so I'm feeling pretty good about where we are right now as far as training goes.
Individually, Coach, who do you look for in the indoor season here? Yeah,
Cassandria's son's always led the way. She's been close to qualifying for indoor nationals. We really think that she has a good chance to do that. We've got some really talented freshmen coming in. We have Patrick Camilli on the distance side, our kind of defending cross-country champion. I think he's going to make some serious marks. Audie Perez, the senior, is doing really well. On the girls' side, Julia, Sambu, Sarah Kamayo, Brianna Briggs, Courtney Johnson, Caitlin Arambula have been looking good. Danny Higgins, Roger on the made it to regionals last year in the high jump. We're really looking for a big improvement in Roger, and I think we're going to see improvement across the board on both the men and women's team this year.
And lastly, Coach, expectations.
Expectations? Well, as a very wise coach once told me, what we've got to keep doing is getting better, and that's our expectation, that we improve upon what we did previously and we keep driving on and get to the promised land eventually.